Hey, how's everybody doing? We are at day 244, 365 days towards racial change. My name is Tomlin's Nyback, and we're here uh, dissecting the question, the issue of Black life in America. Where we're at, how it appears, um, condition of Black people in America, and whether we can do anything about it, whether there's anything to be done about it. Concerned. I want Black minds to be educated, understand, be motivated to bring about some change, because I believe there needs to be some change. I'm still looked at in weird ways. I'm um, not allowed to be uh, boisterous and vocal in this white system, but I can be yelled at, berated at, um, in the system by white folks, and they're supposed to be able to, just do that. That's the way of things, the way things are. I'm supposed to fall in line with that. I don't think so. But that's my own limited experience, one Black person. But what's the white mind as well that would think that they can do that? That's the second time in the workplace that some white guy over me comes yelling at me like I. Whoa, dude. No. No. I'm not the one you do that to. You do it to someone else. If I see you do it, I'm going to take the issue. I'm going to see what I can do within my power to have you talked to out here. You but there's that arrogance, that idea that I get from some white people that they're in control, and I need to limit myself within and underneath their what they declare as the boundaries and stuff. No, allow anyone to self-determine, especially Black folks. We earned it. We earned it under the hot sun, baking sun, and a lot of other disturbing attacks, domestic terrorism against us. So we paid any of those dues. You can't yell at us like that anymore. You don't have that permission. You never had it to begin with. We know you exercised it at some point, but not anymore. Concern for financial literacy. How's your money work? Do you know what the bank is doing? Do you know why you deposit a check? Let's say you take the check. Maybe not so much now, but years ago, like I took a check, deposited it, I got some cash back, but then I wanted some more cash back. So I went back to the bank, and they happily and arrogantly refused my money that I just put in the bank. You know, and it always had to match whatever I got. Always had to match what was in the bank. Remember those days? You ever? I don't know if banks still do that because I'm in a different place financially and stuff. But do you remember those days? What the reason why they can't give me my money back immediately, whatever I left in the bank that day, that moment, is because they've lent it out. And yes, that quick. It is marked for use elsewhere, and I have no control over it once I put it in there. And further, Well, the bank doesn't even legally have to have all my money there, just a percentage of it, and to you know, to be legally solvent, they say, in you know, in banking circles. And the bank has lent it to other banks, other countries, and whatnot. Yeah, I learned this from G. Edward Griffin, Creature from Jekyll Island. Get the book, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm inspired just to do this work, this project. It's not a, our focus isn't financial issues, but I encourage you to learn something. But we're talking about race and whatnot. Dr. Claude Anderson gave us 3 great works, a Black History Reader, 101 Questions You Never Thought to Ask. We're in question number 43 today. Black Labor, White Wealth, Social Power, and Economic Justice. And Dr. Anderson's National Plan to Empower Black America, Powernomics. You can find Dr. Anderson at powernomics.com. Behind me, you'll see the hashtag #US2 symbol. You find Black women support one another, coming together, getting the community for their issues. Check out Black Enough, BLAGGENUF, kind of a Black Facebook experience. If you can't find your flavor here on the World Wide Web, do what I did and start your own. Not hard to do. Stick with it. Make a commitment. And finally, we have story time. Uncle Tom's Cabin. I love story time. We'll be getting back to story time in a couple days. Yesterday, we took a flyby just to kind of keep our minds in that space. And I got a couple more notes to crunch for my vacation, and we'll get back into story time with Uncle Tom's Cabin. Great. Hey, listen, today we're talking about, the relationship between marijuana and the presidency. We have old Mr. But I Didn't Inhale. But we have other um, politicians being honest. President Obama honest about trying it. Senator Kamala Harris up there. Jebb Bush from down Florida. He's on the list. And uh, this idea, this is modern day. This is probably before some of the sweeping uh, state legalization of marijuana, which I mean, they're raking in billions of dollars. I live in a legal recreational use marijuana state. Yeah, so I was strung out myself for a while. We're going to get to what it means to be present, stay checked in um, at all times. But yeah, I definitely wasted a lot of money out there on that stuff. Um, so that's what we're talking about today. So we've got presidents. Now, if we go further, let's go back into early history. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin had a relationship, at least with hemp. I'm sure those guys smoked that stuff. I mean, cocaine used to be legal in the land, but they were hemp growers and stuff. And something that is interesting about the hemp, I learned this a couple years ago. The hemp, it's not what you go out and typically smoke, right? Because the level of THC and whatever's the CBDs and all that stuff is very low, actually. But because it has a percentage of drugs in it, hemp it's banned by the federal government. So the the issue is the federal government has still not legalized pot, but the states have done some kind of end run around the law and massaging um, the law in such a way where it's legal in the states. It's a cash business um, and stuff like that. So there's some tensions between federal and state. But getting back to hemp, because hemp has this relationship with uh, its marijuana plant cousin, potent cousin, it can't be used as openly in commerce and things like that. We're seeing hemp products out there. But what it is it's an issue because hemp is um, it's an easily grown crop. You get rope, garments. It doesn't take as much water. It grows well. You can abuse it, and it's still going to give you a good bang for your buck. The return on investment and all that. And those facts, those positive facts, has kept it from being openly used uh, in those markets. And it's a drag. Turner, it's turning around now, of course, because the states are legalizing it. But it's America's just that bureaucracy and asinine stuff. You see how they did alcohol. That didn't last long, right? They tried to make America dry. Everybody went crazy. They put alcohol back on the market. So now it's marijuana. What happened to Nancy Reagan's just say no? Huh? The argument though, really, remember it started like the glaucoma medical cases. You still have a difference. Medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, and the medical is kind of weapons grade marijuana. It's potent to do the job, and then you have your recreational use, and it's different in how much weight you can have and buy at one time. But where's Nancy Reagan, all that work she put in and stuff. And that's another thing, another issue is how the nation just we've undone so much that we fought for. The drug war, the environment, weapons of mass destruction, you know. And just in recent years, it's just been rollback after rollback after rollback. You know. So you got Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Ben Franklin, Jebb Bush, Senator Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton. I'm sure the list is extensive. People have high school, early college days, and they either did or did not get serious about life. I'm going to say this probably again at the end, but black people need not be smoking marijuana. Because if you understand the nature of this project, Dr. Anderson's message, and a lot of other similar messages on the internet, then you know that black people need to be present, always aware, always learning, and doing their best to get a real hold on what's going on in the world around them. And you can't do that when your brain is little, not all there. And, that's just my opinion. I got friends that smoke pot, love them to death and stuff. I don't say anything, try to preach to them or at them, but I wish the black community would get away from that because we're pouring Here we go. Again, pouring our resources. We've been on the plantation somewhere for somebody, slaving. Even, yeah, it's 2019, yeah, slaving. And carry our hard-earned labor. And I'm talking, even if we're doing well, living's fine and all that, well, let's just set your money on fire and stay present in the world. I'm guessing you'd get a whole lot more out of that experience than smoking dope, you know, for what it's worth. I want to come back to that, I think. 1850, Dr. Anderson says, it's 8,327 marijuana plantations. That's a lot of weed and commerce going on in the land. I think about with our legal, I actually live kind of near some they call them groves, warehouses and stuff. Oh, and you're out in public and you smell it a lot. It's always around. I got busted in high school smoking dope, and they suspended me for 3 days. It wasn't a big learning experience at all. Sure, it disappointed mom and stuff, but yeah. Strung out in high school. You got 8,327 marijuana plantations. Back 1883, marijuana parlors had become prominent, and also opium parlors were around as well. I mean, if you look at a movie called Tombstone, then you know that opium parlors was part of this drug thing too in America. Cocaine used to be legal, and so that's where coke came from. It was cocaine. They used to give it to their kids to have chill out. Oh, what else? Says New York had 500 alone. And we got them today in my state. They're called smoke shops, smoke bars, or however you want to phrase that. A place where people can go in there, smoke it up, and leave. If you look at a movie called New Jack City, you'll get a flavor of what it was like. Although New Jack City was around crack cocaine, but then now they have these marijuana spaces where you can go and light up and chill in there and whatnot. We got towns named after hemp. Where is it? Oh, Hempstead, Long Island, Hempstead County, Arkansas. Hemp places. Hemp Hill, North Carolina. You know, the name of the drug is on it. They're probably getting down in a very serious way out around there. Hemp places. Oh, what else? And moving on, here's this white industry, right? And white folks get into it. I'm sure the slaves, had their thing. Whenever I'm part of a process, like when I pick blueberries, I probably ate half of what I picked. So yeah, probably the slaves that are handling these crops, no doubt, had theirs. So black drug use of marijuana, it could be a carryover from some of that as well, some of that conditioning. But white folks, still turned the drug users around on black folks. They discouraged marijuana use in black folks because they said, it made us difficult. It made black people think they were better than white folks, being high, you know, and part of their reasoning was look at the laughter it's causing, undesirable behavior and stuff. They're probably non-functional. They really got it on, have been at it. So that was a problem with drug use among the slaves. But now, it's kind of sad that with the states legalizing, and this is the stupid thing about law. Like law does not grandfather itself um, into the experience of change. The law is, if on the third of the month marijuana was legal and you got arrested with pounds and pounds and got life, then on the fourth of the month it was legal, your ass still stayed in jail for life. That is such a drag. That's a discouraging aspect about law and how the system is not. It's definitely not a thinking, reasoning system to be that rigid. But now you've got legalization of marijuana, but those incarcerated before the legalization are still serving time. Right? That's what a drag. So we were able to move past the medical marijuana argument. I'll tell you what, now that I think, I don't even see the medical marijuana concern piece on the news anywhere anymore. You don't hear about it. It's legal. It's just not a non-issue. It's a non-issue. Excuse me. Non-issue now. It's a real slap in the face to the incarcerated. And now, getting back to blacks as consumers, look, you want to be, well, black people need to be present and all that. But, think you worked hard all day and now you got to give a portion to what's overall, overarching is a white system predominantly. When you're talking about that kind of money, those kind of dollars and whatnot, then you got some serious issues. And the people making that money want to stay in position and in control. So there you have it. That's the way it is, and it's going to be. In America, black folks need not be. If you want some change, if you're a black person, you want some change, then start focusing on where you're giving your resources. You're giving your resources, finances to the enemy, but essentially we don't stand a fighting chance out here. And we're going to always be at a disadvantage when it comes to participating in wealth and resources. The better idea would be to own our own grows, own our own dispensaries and stuff like that. I'm sure there are some, but probably not nearly enough to make a competitive dent in a system that's probably dominated more, again, by white folks. All right, these are pre-recorded. I'm fading fast. Starting to lose my train of thought and ramble. I got a big paper to finish before midnight. So I'm going to check out. But I love doing this work. I love being, learning how to be articulate in this area, and I hope there's a need necessity for it. I hope you're getting something out of it as well. I'm Tomlin's Nyback. That's day 244 out of the way. 365 days toward racial change. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.